Here we have our third prepared speaker. His path is presentation masters. Project is icebreaker. Title, circles. Time is given 5 to 6 minutes. He will be evaluated by Master Bong. And the speaker is Richard, Toastmaster Richard Macarubbo. That's a Toastmaster Richard, stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ringo. Good evening, Maharlika Toastmasters and guests. Folks, let me ask you a question. Have you ever been frustrated in life that you thought you are just going in a loop? When it seems that nothing is going right with your career, you are stagnating? Are you still waiting for that elusive love? Feeling lost? Alone? I'd like to quote a very famous philosopher named Sarah Geronimo. She said that life and love can be likened to a jeepney ride that is ikot-ikot lang, ikot-ikot, ikot lang, ikot-ikot lang, ikot-ikot. Good evening again. I am Richard from OSM Toastmasters Club, a former overseas Filipino worker in a quality control lab, got married in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates, has 2 kids and 1 wife. After having our second kid, we thought that it's time to go back to the Philippines. And we did. From Philippines to UAE, then back to the Philippines. Ikot-ikot lang. Back here, we ventured into small businesses and investments. Sad to say, not all materialized. At this point, as the head of the family, I have gotten afraid. But behold, said the Lord, I will make all things new. In 2013, a call from Job Street brought me to OSM, where I started work in HSEQ department. From there, I have been given different roles almost every year, from business process improvements to projects department to admin to crew and family welfare. Finally, in 2019, I was called back in HSEQ. From HSEQ in 2013 to HSEQ in 2019, a perfect circle. Ikot-ikot lang. In OSM, I held office in 7th floor. Went down to 7th floor, ikot-ikot lang. Even my tenure in OSM, I am on my 8th, ikot-ikot. Now, during this pandemic, we have been missing a lot of things. The human connection, to kiss or to hug our families and friends. We miss eating out, that lugaw in a nearby kanto, that banana queue, that kamote queue, that pansit. How about seeing a sold-out concert? Unmindful of elbows just to navigate through a crowd, unafraid of any bodily fluids just to find that perfect spot. We can't wait to be out and about without wearing a face mask or a shield. We anticipate being back to normal, which for a long time has left us. We miss running in a vast emptiness, to rendezvous in a park, or to savor the sea breeze or the clammy wind. There are just so much liberties that this COVID has taken away from us that I know, like me, you are tired, exhausted, giving up. But you know what? Habang may panlasa, may pag-asa. It's going to get better. It will get better. We shall overcome, and this too shall pass. For now, just stay home, be safe, pray. We may not comprehend why all these things are happening. Believe me, we are just being prepared for greater things. It may seem that we are just going in circles, but it's not all that. Going in circles strengthens our stamina so that we can finish this marathon called life. Now I'd like to ask you again, Do you still want to give up? Fed up with life? Your career? Still searching for your oppa or your bae or your jowa? Don't be. Life will always be a series of ups and downs. Besh, just embrace it. Let me remind you of Ate Sara. She said, ikot-ikot lang. Thank you very much.
Ikot-ikot lang, ikot-ikot-ikot lang, ikot-ikot lang, ikot-ikot-ikot.
Oh, thank you, Toastmaster Richard. Yeah. Let's give a round of applause to Toastmaster Richard. Tickle now.
We're about to end, but last but not the least, speech evaluator for tonight will be giving an evaluation to an icebreaker speech from a visiting Toastmaster, Richard Macarubbo. Let us hear the evaluation from Toastmaster Bong. Toastmaster Bong, spotlight is on you.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. Good evening, my fellow Toastmasters guests, and good evening, Richard. Can you all hear me? All right. For an icebreaker speech, you've absolutely demolished your project. That was very, very entertaining, Richard. I was really expecting not something less, but something enjoyable, but not that enjoyable. That was a humorous speech, actually. That was a contest winning piece, not an icebreaker speech, because you delivered the speech with gusto. Of course, it came from your heart because you were talking about your life, you were talking about your experiences, and you were talking about your work as in the maritime industry, I suppose. Circles is very tricky because you can be going around in circles and not knowing your direction, but this is definitely not one of those speeches. You've displayed your apt in listening because you've used the word of the night, rendezvous. You've used the pansit, which was given earlier in a table topic speech. And it was clear that you were not only participating, you were listening, and you had the skill, excuse me, to incorporate those in your own speech, which is a hallmark of a good speaker and a good listener. So you are well on your way to becoming an excellent speaker. I would really look forward to listening to more of your speeches in the future. The one snag that I personally found that had a difficulty in listening to was the acronyms that you used in your work. Of course, if you're talking about this in your own club, in your own circle, basically, the acronyms should be understandable for the people in the group. But for us, outsiders, the acronyms would have been explained once. So I would have an idea of what you were talking about and could be repeated the whole of the entirety of your speech. Just like in the people of Metro Manila or in the neighboring bubble NCR, the use of ECQ, GCQ, MECQ, BBQ, and all those Qs are confusing enough that we don't really know what we are talking about. Limit the acronyms for the sake of brevity or for the sake of understanding that the whole of your speech. But please don't take that away from your speech. That was truly enjoyable. I know how hard it is to compose a speech, but to compose a speech that is also humorous. Speaking from personal experience, I just joined the humorous speech contest, and that was really difficult. And I admire you for that. Congratulations, Richard. I am truly looking forward to hearing more of your speeches, and please let's all give him a round of applause.
Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster Bong, and thank you, Toastmaster Richard, for delivering your icebreaker speech here at Maharlika Toastmasters Club to be evaluated by one of the seasoned Toastmasters, such as Toastmaster Bong. I remember